The Zylarans were a forgotten people. Once, their worlds had flourished with oceans of crystal seas and towers that touched the clouds. But when the Karth Dominion came, the galaxy turned its eyes away. The Dominion's fleets swept across Zylaran space with fire and steel, enslaving millions. The Zylarans begged for aid. They petitioned the elders of the Orion Expanse, pleaded before the Oran Unity, even offered tribute to the SYTH cartel. But every power looked at them with cold indifference. The Zylarans were weak, they reasoned. Saving them meant war with the Dominion. And no one wished to bleed for a lost cause. So, the Zylarans were abandoned. Alone. Forgotten. Left to die. But one signal reached Earth. It was not a diplomatic plea. It was a whisper of despair, a fractured transmission that bled across space. We are dying. Please, someone, help. To the great powers, it was nothing. To humanity, it was everything. The United Terran Assembly gathered in silence. Humanity had no ancient empire, no thousand-world dominion. They were newcomers to the galactic stage, young, untested, underestimated. Yet in that broken cry, they heard something the galaxy had forgotten, the simple duty to stand against cruelty. Humanity answered with a promise. You are not alone. We stand with you. The Dominion laughed when the first Terran fleets arrived. These are the primitives, the Karth warlord sneered. The apes who throw metal sticks into the void and call them ships. They will die as the Zylarans died. But the Dominion did not understand humanity. Terran fleets moved not as conquerors but as guardians. Their warships bristled with weapons, yes, but behind them came supply convoys, medical cruisers, and entire flotillas of aged ships. Where Zylaran cities lay in ruin, humans rebuilt shelters. Where Zylaran children starved, humans shared food. Where Zylaran skies burned, human pilots drew fire away at the cost of their own lives. The galaxy had left the Zylarans to die. Humanity bled to keep them alive. At first, the Zylarans could not understand. Why, their leader, High Speaker Velith, asked a Terran captain. We have nothing to offer you. We are broken, scattered, powerless. Why die for us? The human captain only smiled, her uniform singed from battle. Because someone should have. Because no one stood for us, once. And we swore that would never happen again. The war changed. The Dominion had thought themselves unstoppable, but the humans fought with a ferocity unseen in the expanse. They did not fight for conquest, nor for territory. They fought for every Zylaran village, every refugee convoy, every family hiding in the ruins. The Zylarans, inspired, rose again. With Terran engineers at their side, they armed resistance cells. With Terran medics beside them, their wounded returned to fight. With Terran soldiers holding the line. The Zylarans learned hope. Together, they were no longer victims. They were an army. The turning point came at the Battle of Karth's Reach. The Dominion unleashed a fleet 3 times larger than the combined human Zylaran forces. The galaxy watched from afar, expecting Earth's bold defiance to end in ashes. But as Dominion ships descended, humanity revealed their secret. Out of the void emerged the Terran dreadnought Aegis Prime, a warship so vast and heavily armed that even the Dominion faltered. With Zylaran strike wings flying at its flanks, the Aegis carved through the Dominion fleet like a blade through glass. The battle was not merely won. It was a declaration. Humanity had arrived. When the war ended, the Dominion retreated in humiliation. The Zylarans, once forsaken, now stood free, and they did not stand alone. Humanity remained, not as conquerors, but as allies. The galaxy was shaken. The great powers who had turned their backs on Zylaran pleas now whispered in fear. Who were these humans, who fought without gain, who bled for strangers, who declared, "We stand with you," and then proved it with fire and sacrifice? The Zylarans had their answer. They looked upon Earth not as a young race, not as primitives, but as guardians who had rewritten what it meant to be powerful. And so, from that day forward, every Zylaran child learned the words etched into their rebuilt capital's walls. When all others abandoned us, humanity stood. And because they stood, we still rise.